Lion and a Bee. Once upon a time, a lion was sleeping outside his cave. Suddenly, a bee came buzzing around and disturbed the lion. The lion got very angry and growled. The bee laughed and said, "I am not scared of you. You might be the king of the jungle, but I am much more stronger than you. If you doubt my strength, then let us fight and see who wins." The lion agreed and got ready to fight. Suddenly, the bee came and stung the lion on the nose. The lion swayed his claws to crush the bee, but he ended up hurting himself. Finally, the lion accepted his defeat. The bee was very happy. She flew around in happiness. But she did not see a cobweb and got stuck in it. A spider attacked her, killed her, and ate her up. It was sheer irony that a bee who had defeated a lion was defeated by a spider who was smaller than her. The moral of the story is, false pride does not lead you anywhere.
The Lions and the Trees. Far away from a village, there was a huge jungle. In that jungle, there were thousands of trees. Among them, two were very good friends. The same jungle was the home of many lions and other animals. Those lions used to kill other animals and eat them. The leftovers of the dead animals used to stink, and a bad smell would spread in the entire jungle. One day, the two trees, who were friends, were talking to each other. The first tree said, "These lions are polluting our jungle. We have to save our jungle from them. They must be driven out of this jungle." "Yes," agreed the other tree. A wise old tree who was listening to the friends said, "They might be polluting the air, but these wild creatures are keeping us safe from the woodcutters. No woodcutter will dare to come into the forest which has lions in it." But this advice did not go into the minds of the trees. The two friends decided to frighten away the animals. That evening, the two trees started shaking violently. "We will frighten the lions away. They will be so terrified that they will leave this jungle and never come back," said the two friends and laughed aloud. The whole jungle echoed with their laughter. "Do not do that," shouted the wise tree. But the two friends did not listen. They began moving in the wind, making loud noises. All the animals in the jungle were scared, seeing the two trees and the sounds they were making. "There is something happening in the jungle. Let us run away." All the animals ran away from the jungle. The two friends were happy. "Yes, now we can enjoy some fresh air." But their joy was short-lived. After a few days, a woodcutter came to the jungle and started cutting the trees. Now there is no fear of the lions. Soon there were other woodcutters too. Seeing this, the wise tree said, Now all of us will be cut. The two friends cried out, "How foolish we have been! We should have listened to the wise tree." After a few days, the two tree friends were also brought down by the woodcutter's axe. As days passed, more and more trees were destroyed by many woodcutters. Moral: we should always listen to our elders' advice.
The Snake and the Foolish Frogs. Once upon a time, a snake who had grown weak with old age came across a pond where many frogs lived with their king, queen, and little prince. The snake had not eaten for many days. He tried to catch some of the frogs, but was too weak to catch any of them. I will have to think of some solution or I will die soon. Just then, he saw the frog prince and his friends. They were busy in their game and did not notice the snake. When they came very close, one of them saw the snake and jumped up. "Oh, a snake!" he shouted in fear. All of them ran for their lives. But when the snake did not move, the frog prince went up to him. The snake still did not move. "Let me see if he is dead," said the frog prince and knocked on the snake's head and jumped away quickly. The snake slowly opened his eyes and said, "Do not worry, I will not eat you." The frogs were surprised. The snake said, "I once bit a sadhu's son. The sadhu got angry and cursed me that I would carry frogs on my back for the rest of my life." Hearing this, the frog prince jumped up with joy. "Then I will ride on your back." So the frog prince jumped on top of the snake and commanded, "Take me to my parents." The king and the queen were amazed at the sight. "Father, look, I'm riding a snake." The queen said to the frog king, "Let us also ride the snake." So they all sat on the snake. "You are moving very slowly," complained the prince. The snake sadly said, "What can I do? I have not eaten for several days." "Why have you not eaten? The royal mount should be fast and strong," said the king. "I can eat only with your permission. Your subjects are my food." "How can I permit you to eat us?" asked the king. "Not the royal frogs," explained the snake. "I cannot permit you to eat my subjects." The prince was upset and cried, "Father, please permit him. I don't want to lose him." Even the queen spoke up. "Do permit the snake. How many frogs can he eat anyway? We have many subjects." At last, the king had to grant permission. The snake began to eat many frogs every day. Soon he was strong and healthy. Now he moved very quickly. One day, the snake went to the frog king. "Oh king, I am hungry. There are no more frogs left in the pond. So now I am going to eat you all." And the wicked snake pounced on all 3 royal frogs and ate them up. Moral: the moral of the story is, never trust your enemies. The Donkey and the Wolf. Once upon a time, in a jungle, there was a wolf. He was very hungry because he did not have anything to eat since morning. As he was wandering around the forest, he saw a donkey. The wolf went silently towards the donkey. the donkey saw him. The donkey thought, I cannot run faster than the wolf, so there is no point in running. Instead, I have a brilliant idea to save my life. The donkey pretended that his leg was hurt and he started crying. The wolf went up to the donkey and asked, Why are you crying? The donkey said, I have a thorn in my leg and it really pains. I cannot even remove it. The wolf said, I can help you. If I eat you, it will stop hurting. The donkey said, That's a good idea. But if you eat me now, the thorn will get stuck in your throat. If you remove the thorn and then eat me, that will be fine. The wolf thought that it was a very good idea, and so he decided to remove the thorn. The donkey was waiting for the wolf to come near his leg. And then the donkey kicked the wolf so hard that the wolf fell on the ground. He could not even get up again. The donkey ran as fast as he could and he saved his life. The moral of the story is, if you think and show a little bit of courage, it will do wonders. The Fox and His Tail. One day there was a fox walking in the jungle. While he was walking, his tail got stuck in a trap. He tried and tried, but he could not free his tail. He failed. In the process, his tail got cut. And now he was left with just a stump instead of the tail. At first, he was ashamed of himself and he could not face any of his fellow foxes. So one day, he decided to be brave and called all his friends for a meeting. He had a suggestion to make. When all the friends gathered, the fox proposed all of them to cut their tail. He said that the tail is so inconvenient when the dogs are chasing us. It is also inconvenient when we are sitting down. So I suggest that the tail is useless. So all of you should also cut your tail. One old fox sitting there said, That's very well, but I don't think you would have suggested all of us to cut our tails if you wouldn't have lost one. The moral of the story is, do not listen to others' advice before thinking twice. The Fox and the Stork. Long time ago, a fox and a stork were very good friends. One day, the fox called the stork at home for lunch. When the stork arrived, the lunch was ready on the table. There were 2 plates of soup. The fox started drinking his soup fast. But the stork, he could not drink soup because his beak was too long and the plate was too shallow. The fox said, Why are you not drinking? Don't you like my soup? The stork said, The soup is good, but I am not hungry. The stork was very angry and he left from there. After a few days, the stork invited the fox over for dinner. When the fox arrived, the dinner was ready and there were 2 tall jugs of soup on the table. What's the matter, fox? Why aren't you drinking the soup? Don't you like my soup? The fox was very angry. He said, How can I drink the soup? I cannot even put my mouth into this tall jar. The stork looked at the fox. The fox realized what he had done to the stork a few days ago. Both of them said sorry to each other and became friends again. The moral of the story is, you must always treat others the way you want them to treat you.